Coach, the weather this time of year in the South, perfect. Fall football weather, and we've got the roof wide open here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in the heart of Georgia. We thought the old place was loud. Somehow this place got even louder a short time ago as the Falcons were introduced to this sellout crowd. We're set to go as the Falcons get ready to match up with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 23-yard line.
Okay, break.
Mike 42, Mike 42.
Hey, we're pretty quiet, D. We're pretty quiet. Now.
This is Peyton Barber. He led them in rushing a season ago. It's a loss of 4 on that first play, and it's second down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on second and 14. On second down, Barber. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
3 and out, a real danger here on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 12.
Mike 27, Mike 27.
I got you, boy. Hey, check Mike 20. Check Mike 27.
They will throw on 3rd down with Rippon. He's got Evans. 30. The 20. Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
There we go.
Mike Evans, 79 yards. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Well, that's how they envisioned it, get the football to start the game and score it.
And I don't know if that was scripted. Was it an audible? Or was it just a play call that they had in their pocket? No matter what, they had the right call on against the right defense, and they end up in the end zone.
And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Here's the second-year back from Southern Miss, Ito Smith. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Levante David, the Bucs' leading tackler, 6 of the last 7 years in there to make the stop. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Come on here, come get some. He don't want it.
Now Ito Smith.
Check 50.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Here's Ryan. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Levante David. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. Not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Watch his flat. Watch his flat.
Throwing on 2nd down now, Rippon. That's caught by Howard. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up third down.
A 3-yard pickup.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender.
Our time.
Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
Come on.
Yeah. Get the first here as he's taken down at the 25.
First down, Tampa Bay.
Set. 8, read.
I got you. I got you.
Ready.
They're coming.
Barber on first and 10. And he'll just plow right into a host of tacklers. Nothing there at all, and it'll be second and 10. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just heading straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Mike Evans, the one he was looking for. And it's third down.
And 10 yards to go.
Ready up.
5-4. Mike's 5-4. Mike's 5-4. Check.
Let's go.
Blitz.
Out of the gun is Rippon. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Desmond Trufant with a sack. The corner blitz hits home. And their inaugural sack of the game coming from an unlikely source.
You mean it wasn't a linebacker? It wasn't a defensive end?
It was somebody like you.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that's a surprise for the offense. That's not what they normally get when they think about pressure.
A 48-yard attempt.
And this one is right down the middle. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
Yeah, things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to their goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it first and 10. They go over the middle, and it's complete to start the drive. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another first and 10.
Hey, let's go.
Again to Smith out of the gun. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it second and 9.
Yeah, baby.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's second and 9, just a yard on that last run. Ryan trying to lay one up deep. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on third and 9.
Watch the flood, motion.
From the gun, it's Ryan. He completes it to Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 10 yards there and a first down for the Falcons. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's first and 10 at the 48-yard line. it's Smith. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
And the judge does a nice job there of navigating and picking up some yardage. Remember, no Tevin Coleman in the backfield, so he's moved up in the pecking order, getting a lot of playing time for these Atlanta Falcons.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards. Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys and continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well.
Mike, 51.
Hey!
A first down carry for Smith. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs or putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's back.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Sua Cravens with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long, pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
A run there on first down, and a pretty good one of 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 19-yard line.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Watch the slats. Watch the slat.
10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter now, and it's Buccaneer football as they are looking at a 2nd and 5 situation.
Keep it up, guys. Kill. Turn it up.
Recon, 132 fighter. Smoke.
Mike 42. Mike 42. Check.
They're going to go play action here with Rippon. Going up top.
It's a party now.
And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Rashad Perriman, 81 yards as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead.
Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
You said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
And you're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Hey, let's go.
From the shotgun, they run with Smith. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Tackle made that time by Vita Vea.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. From the shotgun, Ryan. He's got Sanu. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 21.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
He used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this, when he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Let's go. 51, Mike, 51. All right.
On 2nd down, here's Smith. He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much.
Hey, check. Hey, we got tight left.
On 3rd and 1, Ryan. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Calvin Ridley, his 6th touchdown of the season, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Well, it was 3rd and 1. I was expecting runs, so much for that. They pass it, they score it.
That had the feel of the head coach telling the offensive coordinator, you've got 4 downs here. We're going to go for it on 4th down unless there's a disaster on 3rd. Go ahead and take a shot if you want to. And he gratefully accepted the opportunity and did exactly that. If they didn't get it there, that had the feel that they would come back and try it on 4th down.
And after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
The Bucs take over first.
Let's go. Let's do this.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive.
Oh, yeah!
When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Now rip it. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Now let's see who this is on. In the pocket, chucked it away, flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are on the field, have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that done.
So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose a down on the grounding call. And now here's a deep shot that's complete. He got 29 yards that time. So in the 2nd quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
This quarterback now at 200 yards already in this first half, and he's not done yet. 1st and 10. They run on 1st down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the 2nd half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the 2nd half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back, and he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down. So negative yardage, a loss of 3 on second down, and that leads to a tough third down call.
Hey, exit.
Mike 42, Mike 42.
Let's go, D. Let's go.
To throw it is Rippon. He completes it to Evans. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 33.
And a Buccaneer first down.
Ready.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
Double tight, guys, double tight.
Ready.
Back to the running game with Barber.
Eddie's getting the ball.
In on the stop, DeMonte Casey.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Mike 54. Hey, keep it up, keep it up.
Shoot.
On 2nd down, Rippon. Now they go screen. It's complete. A good job defensively to hold that to 4 yards, and now it's third down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed, but all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5.
Orbit.
Mike 54. Mike 54.
From the gun, Rippon. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Grady Jarrett making his presence felt. He gets the sack. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. The intended target was Calvin Ridley, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Down. Ready. 280. Mike 54. Mike 54. Focus, defense, focus.
Throwing again. Ryan. And he gets this one to Ridley complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
Calvin Ridley more than justified his first-round selection in 2018. 64 catches as a rookie and found the end zone 10 times. Did a nice job getting open right there and picking up a first down.
They'll run on first down. Smith. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 40.
Mohamed Sanu is a guy that is often overlooked because he just quietly goes about his business. But how about last season? Had a career-high 838 yards on 66 catches, and he can also play Wildcat quarterback for you as well.
And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards. A lot of attention paid this week in practice to red zone offense. The coach was optimistic about how it went. We'll see. Ryan. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Austin Hooper, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14.
Matt Bryant set
for the touchdown. Here's Bryant now to kick it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
The Bucs take over first.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's two different mindsets. That's front office mindset. Draft position, where are we going to be, and what do we need?
Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. The Bucs on third down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 17. Rippin on 3rd and long. Big hold of the 30. He finds his target. It's Evans. That's a first down and then some. A 32-yard pickup. Well, that certainly changes things.
Yeah, I think the thought process is they take this lead into the locker room, run something simple here and run the clock out. Instead, they get the big play. Now they have a chance to increase what they've done in the first half.
Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Ricardo Allen with a pick. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
And he can't escape the pressure. Ryan goes down. Jason Pierre-Paul able to get him for a loss of about 3. Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Buccaneers out on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Here we go. Here we go.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Your trip is here.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Throwing again on second down. Ryan caught by Jones. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 41-yard line. Ryan now 11 of 16 through the air. It's 1st and 10.
Come on,
Out of the gun, it's Ryan. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just one target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him. Find him. Find him.
And the Buccaneer defense for the second straight play, flexing its muscle by forcing a loss.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Levante David. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Brashad Perriman, and now it's second down. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. And who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves him with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
70, Indy.
All day, just like that. Just like that.
Ripping to pass. He's going to air one out. This is caught inside the 15. A big play that time for Tampa Bay. 52 yards. The last drive he threw the pick, but he's not shy. He's going downfield again there.
And you can't be, because if you back off after throwing an interception, your whole game plan just goes right out the window, and it makes things easier for a defense. And you and I both know there's a quarterback in this league that's any good that doesn't throw an interception occasionally, and they usually bounce back in a big way. I've seen guys throw 5 and still find a way to win the game in the end.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
I'm here all day.
From the gun, here's Barber. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
Come on,
5 men in the secondary now for the Falcons on 3rd down. Here's Rippon. And it'll be intercepted. It's Desmond Trufant. That pick hurts a little extra because it was 3rd down. You were already in field goal range.
You know what he's going to hear all night, all next week? Situational football. Understand what's going on, because you expressed it perfectly. 3 points were in their hip pocket. They had those. Now those went by the wayside. You cannot make those kind of mistakes.
It's what you call a rookie mistake. They'll start on the ground. It's Ito Smith. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. 14 yards there and a Falcon first down. He's obviously a bit of a shorter running back. Sometimes when he goes up the middle like that, he gets lost in there, and then he pops out for 10, 20 yards.
I actually asked NFL linebackers if that was true. Do you actually lose sight of some of the smaller running backs? And all of them confirmed that that can be a problem. Think of it this way. 2 of the top running backs in NFL history, Emmitt Smith, Barry Sanders, both 5'10".
10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Now, that was an excellent run, and when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Ryan now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's first and 10. Operating from the gun. Ryan. Complete. Smith has it. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
You got him. You got him. You got him.
At his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are. You know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
4 yards the pickup, first down.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Ready, blue 80. Blue 80.
51. All right, D, let's turn. All right, D. Watch that. Watch that.
Watch, blue 80, sit up.
They'll throw on first down with Ryan. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. Second and 2. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8. Facing a second and 2 after that last catch. Good for 8 yards. This is Smith. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And down to the 7-yard line. He had his eyes on the end zone once he hit the secondary, but they're finally able to slow him down.
Yeah, and I've got to look at this one from the defensive point of view. You just mentioned finally able to slow him down. They've got to figure out a way to make that at the point of attack, at the line of scrimmage, because once he gets through, he's shredding them.
From the gun, Ryan, the quick slant caught, and he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Austin Hooper. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Falcons have taken the lead. Bryant's extra point up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game. And after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep.
The Bucs take over first and 10.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Vic Beasley in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Third and 7.
Down.
And for the Falcons, 5 men in the secondary now on third.
Hey, box drop, box drop. Get it.
They will throw on third down with Rippon. Escaping the pressure right. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a 4th down.
And while he did a good job of sliding around in the pocket, there was nowhere to go with the football, so he had to take off and try and run. He just got back to the line of scrimmage, no gain.
Taking it about the 16. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And for them a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
It's a gain of 16, first down Falcons.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Operating from the gun, Ryan. This one caught by Ridley. A nice pickup there, 18 yards, first down Falcons. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
Watch the shift!
On first down, it's Smith. And he gets it down to the 32. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Ryan's throw caught by Jones. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
Well, probably the only thing he did wrong there was go out of bounds, nursing this fourth quarter lead. You want to stay in, eat the clock.
Yeah, you got to love the effort, the catch, the extra yardage, but you got to know the situation. Stay in bounds, young man.
He'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Pick me up. Here we go.
Tighten up, tighten up.
On the carry, it's Olison. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what was said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3 and out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Oh, how about this call down near the goal line? And he will fight his way into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Calvin Ridley with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Falcons push further out in front. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. And after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And thee coming off a 3 and out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Rippin. That's caught by Howard. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Man, I got you. Man, I got you.
Out of the gun is Rippin. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. On 4th down, Rippin. And the pressure gets to him again. Adrian Claiborne. And now the football's going to go over, already being placed at the 15-yard line.
Hey, let's calm down. Hey, let's go, let's calm down.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Smith. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line.
That's it, baby.
I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense Do they have to use
51 the
timeouts?
mic, boy,
What are they going to do
51.
to stop you? You're taking charge.
You ain't got nothing. All right, 25 tonight.
And he will find Ridley on the left side. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon. But with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Y'all playing the wrong football.
Switch.
Here we go now with Smith. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and goal.
Second and goals at the 4-yard line.
On the ground, this is Smith. Oh, it's out. Smith lost it. And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Falcons push further out in front.
Brandon, would you say they went from agony to elation in just a few quick seconds on that play?
Probably thought they were about to give it up in the red zone and then touchdown.
Yeah, there is absolutely no way that they drew it up and said this is the way it's supposed to be done. It just happened.
But the end will justify the means. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
That's it, baby. We're going to work.
Bucks take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
On the ready.
The Bucks offense set to begin their next possession. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. On 2nd and 15 now. Rippin. Open man is Howard, the tight end. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line.
It's a gain of 6.
You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackle. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. He'll drop to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 45. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. On the carry, here's Smith. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Yeah!
Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Check.
20.
On 3rd down, Ryan. It's caught. Jones. 50 catches for him now on the year. He's got a 1st down. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
They'll run it now with Smith.
Watch the ship.
12 more yards there and another 1st down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
It's a loss of 1. Brings up 2nd and goal at the 9-yard line.
Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal.
Tackles.
And they will take a knee here.
The play lost a yard. It's now 3rd and goal.
So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better. And that got it done in this one.
So for